All right, let's see here. Okay, let's go ahead. I wish there was a way that I could like zoom this in. For you. I wish I could zoom my camera in. What are these buttons? 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Turn the mic off. Okay, got it. Hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. Let's see if I move it this way so that you guys can get a better view here. All right. Welcome to SGL, Spiritual Guided Light. I'm spiritually guided light, and this is just a collective what's going behind the scenes reading. I'm trying to create a system here so that everyone can benefit, because we all know that collective energies shift for the most part. If you have not listened to the SGL podcast, make sure you click the link in the description box, and there will be some messages there for you as well. For the most part, let's see, is my mic in the way? Hopefully, I'm trying to get this mic thing in order, see if it works. First, I want to start this off by simply shedding some light on this reading. Disclaimer: for those of you who are very anal about tarot and things like that, this might not be the channel for you. I'm an intuitive reader, spiritually guided. So I look at some of the minor and what do you call them? Can't even think. The main cards, as some of them, I don't interpret them as how tarot interprets them. So bear with me. That's called spiritual message. Because some things that look too good to be true, better believe it is too good to be true. Being able to see what's going on behind the scenes. Like, for instance, the King of Pentacles, sometimes that is a false image, right? I look on the other end, outside of the box. So that's the disclaimer. Take what resonates with you. Don't force it. And this is a collective. What's going on behind the scenes. This is not timestamped. So when you're currently present, welcome. I'm going to take my time. I was asked the question, well, why don't you show your face? Well, it has nothing to do with insecurities. It just has to do with my privacy. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys like my setting. It's in a work in progress. Believe me, work in progress. I have decided not to do just general uploads. I'm just going to do lives because it just takes too long, and I have not found an application that will upload my content, the messages that obviously don't need to go out right now, so we're not even going to force it. So let's go ahead and shed some light on your reading. I'm using this. All right, so before we begin, I'm just going to simply say, God, creator of all, I thank you for allowing me to utilize my gifts. I thank you for implanting these gifts. Moving forward, allow the messages to be layman, for those so that they can be able to understand what the message is. Allow and give permission of my spirit guides, my angels, my ancestors that serve for my highest good. I thank you even now. Amen and Ashe. All right. Let's go ahead and shed some light. Oh, I also want to encourage for some of you who they've been having this pulling of wanting to make spiritual messages available to others, and you're having difficulties because, and it can be family issues, friends, and people are not agreeing with your spirituality, but yet you are being open, mindful to theirs, accepting to theirs. You don't have to force it. Find your own space so that you can utilize your gifts. Okay. For the most part, don't allow your gifts to stray away, is what I'm saying. Okay. If you're being called to do something, do so. You don't have to look for the approval besides the approval of God. Okay. Moving forward, so let's go ahead and shed some light. That was for somebody. Shed some light. All right. And it came up upright. The initiation, rite passage, crossing the threshold. Mind you, this card came in reverse. You know what? Let me see if I can get something. One moment. Let's see if I can get my light to work, because I want some of you to be able to see the cards. And this light is something else, okay? Let's see if that's going to. All right. Don't forget, y'all, I'm in my chair, my lawn chair, picnic chair, whatever you want to call it. So be mindful. So the initiation did come in reverse. Hopefully you can see that. Is that too much light? Let's see. That feels like it. I think it is. Can you see that? Is that too? When we have the initiation, it came in reverse. And remember when I was just saying that for some of you who feel like the obstacle is getting acceptance for your gifts, right? But you have to walk through this alone and accept that. The right passage, crossing the threshold, the threshold of trusting your gifts and believing. Not only that, and aligning yourself with those who get it, right? There's no need for you to be in the reverse, and you are draining yourself. You're disappointing self. You are allowing self to just be doubtful. And what you're being called to brings excitement and joy. Okay. We also have the great gathering, and that came in reverse. Yearning, right? For your soul tribe, yearning, to be connected. And when you decide to let go of the lack or the expectations, it will all come together, right? For some of you who are going through the passage, it does feel dark. And sometimes that could be your shadow side. In a way of sometimes our shadow self does protect. But there is light on the other end. For the most part, the threshold here. This is a threshold. And when you get there, you will meet, right? People who get you and understand who you are. There is no explanations. You know how we do it. Now that we have acknowledged, we move forward. In that 360, just go ahead and turn that over, and it shall come to pass, right? Believe and you shall receive. This is beyond faith. This is beyond high hopes. This is not, okay, when I pass the threshold, then I'm going to experience happiness. No, experience that happiness even in the dark hour. Okay. Let's go ahead. I use this deck pertaining to shadow. All right, let's look at some shadow. Whether this is shadow work, shadow beings, shadow self. And we have the death. Ending whatever that is. I'm getting, it's not toxicity. It's you flourishing. Self-sabotage. So that you can rebirth. Right? I'm also getting that you are the thorn. An overprotector of what you love and what you care about. So you're enduring the pain. And shadow self is literally saying it's time to flourish and to grow. There's life through the threshold. Your support is there. Okay. I know some of y'all is like, okay, what's going on behind the scenes? First of all, for those of you who are serious, I'm not worried about no negative opinions or no negative feedback. Or who does she think she is? Well, before you decided to click the live, what was your intention? What was your motive? Because obviously you are seeking validation and having the thought of you have the right to enter spaces, to interrupt, to get that attention. It's time to end that. Be kind, be gentle. Now, if you're a sarcastic person, if you're new to a group, allow people to understand that that's what the kind of person you are. Instead of being territorial where the territories do not belong to you. Okay. Moving forward. So let's go ahead and shed some love. For some of you, especially, your time is at the essence. And you just need support. You're trying to figure out, what is it? Some love, collective, or what's going on behind the scenes. Some of y'all going to sleep and got somebody next to you, and it's just the worst feeling ever in the world. Some of you just need to cry and get it out. And some of you are just like, I'm giving too much love. When am I going to receive the same thing? And some of you are simply saying, I don't even know what love is. Taking care of myself is not my form of love. So what are you talking about? I take care of myself. So what is this essence of love or what it is that you're talking about? My family is not affection, or I have not been taught affection. And also I'm getting some of you are practicing your passions and your gifts and the expectation of the love that you want to receive and wanting to be in control. You need to end that because you're self-sabotaging yourself. Allow the love yourself and allow it to show up. It's your shadow side. So we have soulmate in reverse. This is not putting in the effort. Yes, this is your soulmate. And y'all know that my romantic cards are about self-development, self-improvement, self-love, self-wellness, self-being. So you are not being committed to self. You're not having that relationship with self, your soul. You're not mating with your soul. So for those of you who are dating, courting, fellowshipping, whatever, are in a romantic situation and you're questioning it, it's because you need to still learn who you are. So that when your soulmate that matches your soul, you don't have to your soulmate you don't have to question it because you'll be mirroring self. But this shall soon come to us. And then we have codependencies. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. This is what I was saying about a certain individual who comes into live groups to interrupt, to try to gain territory and get that attention. Because in reality, the lack of love, instead of taking out the time to embrace self, you interrupt other people, whether it's through comments or whatever, email, DMs, trolling, I don't know. But you got people thinking you looking like this, and nah. You in this energy, your shadow self, scoring yourself because you are the thorns of this rose. And you keep holding your own rose, real, and when are you? It's like you're like, okay, I get it. You're trying to let go to the point of you losing self. It's the skeleton bones, and also that's also in meaning for those who do that. It's like you may do it to the wrong person because skeleton bones meaning somebody either about to get robbed or somebody about to leave, and we ain't gonna get into all of that. All right, so let's look at some masculine and feminine energy for what's going on behind the scenes. And then I split them. All right, feminine, masculine. Okay. The shadow self was in there. The Ace of Swords. Mastering tongue, knowing when to protect yourself, knowing when to speak. I know that's right. I know that's right. That's beautiful. And both of these are my masculine cards. So we have the world, right? Being divinely guided, being in self and trusting universe, trusting God to lead the way. Endowment, like here I am. Here I am. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse masculine. This is literally it's time to throw down your shield because being overly protective is causing It's there. The Nine of Pentacles is there, willing to make an offer, but it's like, how can somebody make an offer, right? How can somebody make an offer to you if you have your guard up? And also, some of you do have your shadow self in order. Been there, done that. Let's pull some rebel. All right. We have, you are eating and acting like a big ass baby. So some of you are spoiled. Some of you don't know how it is to lack because you always get in your way, or nobody wants to deal with stubbornness. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are all just nonsense. I don't feel like cussing. Take that for a grain of salt. Let's go ahead and, all right, direction. This is all shadow self here. Okay. Stop being stubborn. Let your guard down. Live joy. Right? This shall too come to pass. Yeah. Ace of Cups. Can't feel an empty cup. All right. I don't feel messy. So let's go ahead and look at some emotions and thoughts that are in the back end. Sometimes we get some affirmations that we need to say to ourselves. Okay. For those of you who are new to the SGL channel, make sure that you follow and subscribe. For some of you who are still looking for confirmation, go to the SGL podcast, click the link, and there should be some content available there for you of what it is you are looking for. Some divine guidance. All right. Emotions or thoughts going on behind the scenes. Emotions or thoughts going on behind the scenes. All right, we have, I have been given endless talents, which I begin to utilize today. Yes, this is an affirmation. I have been given endless talents, which I begin to utilize today. This is accepting so that you can walk through that threshold, become connected with your soul tribe, group, whatever you fill in the blank with that is coming together. You'll be able to see what it wasn't because you were in that shadow self-sabotage. You were your own thorn over your own gifts. Right? Becoming aware and now mastering how to use your sword, when to speak, when to protect self, when to have your guard up, right? Realizing that the empty cup cannot be filled. Saying that I accept, right, the world, and that is in my masculine. That is my masculine here, okay? Understanding that if I do not surrender, my night will not show. My tribe will not show who's willing to support my gifts. Your gifts that makes room for you, that creates abundance, prosperity. Right? And remember, soulmate was in reverse. This is self. Having a relationship with self, learning self so that when someone says, oh, I feel like I'm your soulmate, you'll know because they'll be mirroring you. You don't have to question. the whys and the hows. The getting rid of the codependency. Overprotecting is an addiction. Trying to disturb other people is an addiction. But acknowledging that in your rebel self, shame, regret, guilt for those, it's nonsense. Have you ever eaten? Are you acting like, why are you at, have you eaten? Have you act like, yeah, that's that codependency. Like, come on now. God. And your affirmation of it all is, I have been given endless talents, which I begin to utilize today, pulling that thought to the forefront. Okay. Thoughts, emotions. We have relish, great enjoyment. After accepting that, now you're able to see, because you passed that threshold. You're able to see. It's all coming together. Affirmation. I surrender my feelings. Yes. Some apologies may be way overdue. It may be. But making that commitment to self, soulmate, like, yes, I hear you. Your shadow self is literally saying, like, come on now. Even your shadow self is saying, look, that codependency, something got to give. Quit acting vulnerable. Quit acting needy when you don't need to be. Okay, and then we have groggy, stubbornness. All right, so this was all shadow self. Shadow self is saying, like, yeah, let it go. Moving forward, and those are actions and thoughts coming to the forefront. Some of you weren't even realizing that, and now you're acknowledging. What's going on behind the scenes for the collective? What's going on behind the scenes for the collective? When they drop, that's my grounding. So blames it on childhood trauma. Mind you, it was in reverse. So with that being said, some of you, by this being in reverse, it's old. It's getting old now. It's old news. It's old news. But some of you have just now identified why. Why are you so protective over yourself? Why are you being so distraught or disturbed? I don't think distraught was the right one. Move with confidence. It's beautiful. Move with confidence. So what's going on behind the scenes? Okay, now. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with moving in silence. Because some of us don't, we don't want no interruptions, that disruption. So I get it. Anything else of what's going on behind the scenes for the collective? Yeah. As you can see, I do not shuffle. I mean, I am not ability. Okay. So we have soulmates. Ain't that? I ain't saying that no name. Anything. Oh, that's too much. That is just too much. Don't entertain them or situations. It says, as a side note, do stand up for yourself. Okay. And then we have speak up, and it was in reverse. And it shall come to pass. But as a side note, they lied to you. Listen, Then we have morning. Put that on the side. Grounding. Some of you guys need to get up and meditate in the mornings. For those of you who are in the spiritual beliefs of Ra, mind games, I didn't say that. That's a side note. In the morning, I'm feeling like you're groggy in the mornings, and you need to speak it. Some of you are dealing with a soulmate. You need to speak up. And they are blaming their actions on a child trauma. Move with confidence. Some of you are realizing that it is not your soulmate. You have every right to move on. Advisory, I'm not telling you, I'm advising about the mind games. They could be saying, I didn't say that, right? They lied to you about something in the morning. And don't entertain it. It's like things are happening and it's like, For some of you, it's like you need somebody to tell you, don't entertain it. But do stand up for yourself. Because obviously, whoever's in their shadow self cup is empty. And they are trying to steal your energy to fill their cup. False identity. Let's go ahead and I want to fill your cup. Allow me to fill your cup. All right, so let's go ahead and fill your cup. What's going on? I'm using the Oracle of 7. I had tried something different. If you guys go to the podcast, for those of you who are new to the SGL channel, listen, I had did some what's going on behind the scenes on the podcast, and I said that I was going to move it and break it down more here on live. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because that's too much energy. That's just too much. I just came to realization that no. All right, so I'm going to feel what is needed for the collective. We have awakening genius. All right, awakening genius. All right. All right. Commit to partnering with your genius, and only deep satisfaction and success will result. Today is the day when your inspired ideas matter. Okay. And let's shed some light on what's going on behind the scenes to allow you to be able to recognize what's going on behind the scenes. For some of you, this is your confirmation. Yeah, what? I knew it. Yes, it's your confirmation to pull it to the front, speak up. And yeah. All right. What happens in the dark stays in the dark. What happens in the dark comes to light. If you think you're loading now, wait until tonight. All right. We have you are good enough. Believe it, and you shall receive it. And let the moon be your guide. All right. And let's go ahead and pull some direction. And then we will pull a gesture card. The Fool. Look, balancing everything out. The devil. Yes, this too shall come to pass. I'm so proud. The moon no longer being an illusion of this. You fill in the blank of what that is. But confirming that awakening genius, I have been given endless talent, which I begin to utilize today. Right passion, the threshold of shadow self, meeting your soul tribe, your connection, your group, what aligns to you. It all comes together, especially with things that you were questioning and you needed confirmation about. And that was simply speaking up, right? Not entertaining things, staying in your rightful power or your masculine energy of the Ace of Swords, right? Even shadow self sometimes is like, look, you need to step into the light. Okay, overall direction for the collection. What's going on behind the scenes? Overall direction of what's going on behind the scenes. Yeah, okay, I see. Let's pull a entrepreneur card for what's going on behind the scenes. If networking pop up, y'all, look, I tell you. Mm-mm. What's going on behind the scenes? Freelancer, contractor, entrepreneur, business owner, CEO. Not using keywords. Some of y'all need to, for some of you who have platforms or whatever, you need to get in there and your tags, your creative words, something in that nature. Or, oh, no. I am getting who you are following is not aligning up with what you do. Go ahead and start unfollowing and speak up. If anybody questioning you, we are not the same. You do not get me. I'm not physical out of my way. And then we have 333. Oh no. You are connected to your ascended masters, right? Superhuman powers are evident. This is God's promise. Believe it. That is that compass. That is that world. Like, got it. Got it. Got it. Let's put that right here. Anything else? Just for your job, invest in self. This is the best investment is to put self first and to speak up when it comes to pertaining to money. Have that confidence. They say play with the universe. I'm saying allow the universe to guide you, allow it to be your compass. You're good enough and accept that and believe that. All right, now let's go ahead and put that overall direction. Oh, no. The jokester, the jester, off with your head. All right. You know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. That's why the Ace of Swords is very important when it's in your shadow self and you use it for good. Oh, you unstoppable, boy. Lady, Miss Lady. Oh, yes. Don't you let these fools play with your money, play with your club, play with your infinite flow, especially with your spiritual gifts. You hear me? Then we have Two of Swords. Been there, done it. If it ain't mutual, see, this is how when I get into my intuitive sword, it's like you offering your cup gracefully with gratitude, and this person still hold their cup to themselves, whether this should be you or them, ready to pull yours. This is someone who has no essence. This is someone who has no self-identity. This one, and it's like they have the same gifts, but they want yours. They want to take advantage of yours. and keep what to them close aside. This is no different from the Five of Pentacles. Both looking vulnerable, but at the same time with gratitude. It's the taker. But are you willing to make that sacrifice with a fool? Because remember, these is my gestures. It's the fullness. Some fools can make it seem like they fill up their cups is overflowing. Yet it could be empty. Be pulling it to the side because they don't want you to see what's in the cup. Yes. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Have nothing to offer. Nothing. Let's get some direction pertaining to these fools. Ace of Cups. Balancing it out, shout. So, oh my gosh. A proposal. In initiation, spirituality, new beginnings. Oh my goodness. This is an opportunity. This is your opportunity for a fresh start or a new relationship. Whether or not you choose to take this cup and drink from it is up to you. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Mm, yes.